No one ever explains this to immigrants. You think when you're coming from a third world country, get a job, buy a house, start a family, maybe go back to school, all of those things, right? But no one ever sat down and actually explained that if you only have a T4, if you only have a JOB, and you are working so hard, you're doing overtime, you're doing all these things to just make your money, you say, you know what, I want to go put in the time, right? So here's the real scenario. How a T4 only income, if you're only getting your income from a T4, this is what's happening to you. This is not a situation where you gotta complain about it. You have to understand the system. Once you understand the system, you can be able to use the system to your advantage. You understand? If you just have the T4 income alone, you have no tax deductions, you just give the government money. So look at this, $100,000 in income, right? Employment income, 111 to be exact. $23,745 goes right away to CRA. They take it away. And then let's add CPP, right? 3,800. Let's add more CPP, right? Then let's add another EI, employment. Let's add pension, right? You pay into your pension, right? So basically, when you think about this, almost $30,000 is gone before you touched it, before you seen that money is gone, left you with about $60,000. So you tell me, was the system designed for the average person, or the system was designed to take advantage of the average person? This is the reason why I preach financial literacy. You have to understand that in this scenario, this is not about complaining about, oh man, the government is taking a lot of money. It's a system. It was designed that way. The system was designed to come for average people first. So what you have to understand is that you have to actually educate yourself on how you can actually get some of that $23,000 back. Just imagine if you could get about 10 to 30% of that $23,000 they took away from you. Would that be a great year? Will you be able to put money in your TFSA? Will you be able to put money in your investment account? Will you be able to travel a little? Will you be able to live a little? Right? So the government is not going to come and teach you this. Your bank, your financial institution is not going to come and teach you how to actually make sure next year, you won't be taken advantage by the system. There are two things you can do here. You can sit and relax and hope and pray that you are special. The system was not designed for that. So you have to educate yourself. If you want to know more about how can you actually make sure that every single year you're going to get some of that money, you have a job already. So why are we giving the government $30,000 when you have nothing in your savings, right? If right now, if you go open your savings account, do you have $23,000 in your savings account? Well, $23,000 might be a stretch. Do you have $5,000 saved up from the last year income? How much money do you have in your TFSA? Right? This is the reason why most Canadians are struggling. They're struggling because the system was designed to take almost 40 to 50% of their income before they touch it. Let me not even go into the notion of the $63,000 is the amount of money you're going to go pay your mortgage, you're going to go pay your cost of living. Let's say just your rent is $2,000 a month. That means another $24,000 is going towards your rent or your mortgage. Right? So that's almost 80% of your income. And you're left with 20% to still pay the bills, still pay your vehicle, to still travel, to still all of those things. How fast are you going to get to retirement living like that? That's a conversation we need to be having, because we can't suffer in silence. Information is key. In today's age, we live in the information era. What does that mean? It means that every single person has the information on their fingertip. The only problem is that people don't have enough information to take action and actually making sure that next year you won't be in this situation where you just have one T4 income. So yes, you might be excited that you're getting a $2,000 refund, or you might be not paying the government back. Or as a matter of fact, when I go to Canada, my income that year was $18,000. I was living in Quebec. And the government came and say, hey, you still owe another $500. Let me tell you this, I did not have that $500 to actually pay the government back. That's how sad it was, right? So this is the reason why I'm so passionate about teaching the middle class about financial literacy. What is it that one can do to make sure next year you won't see your money disappear and you won't have anything in your bank account? So the reason for this video is to educate you. And if you want to know more information about what is it that one can do to actually get that, you see that $23,000 right there? Can we get 10 to 30% of that money back from CRA? There are strategies and things you can do. The wealthy are doing it, so as the average person can do it. The idea is to start doing something so that you won't give your hard-earned money to CRA every single time. And you are not complaining about taxes every single time. So if you want to learn about how to actually utilize this and how to make this work for you, right? Go to the link in my bio. Let's chat. Let's meet. Book a meeting, because next year, 2027, should not be the year you are complaining about, oh man, I paid so much taxes. I see people who work overtime. I see people who work 2 jobs and they're still broke. They can't even travel. They can't even do anything. Why? Because the system was designed that way. I'm not saying that paying taxes is bad. What I'm saying is that overpaying your taxes, that doesn't sit well with me. Does that make sense? I want to pay my fair share of taxes. I don't want to pay too much just because I didn't know something. There are people who wake up at 65 and they look at, oh man, if I have done this, I could have saved so much money. I could have invested so much money. So don't be that person where you're going to sit and where you're going to just relax and say, man, living in Canada is hard. It is hard. If you do nothing, it's hard. If you want to do something, you've got to invest that time and actually get yourself educated on how to actually make sure you're not giving almost 50% of your money to the government. And man, we can talk about taxes all day, but now it's time to actually put that in perspective. What can I do to actually make sure that I'm not losing all this money to the government, right? So Coach Made in here, just make sure you go book a meeting with me. Let's chat about what exactly you need to do to make sure next year you will actually get a lot of money back if you have a T4 income only. Don't let this opportunity pass, because next year is going to come and you're going to be like, oh man, I work so much overtime, but I have nothing in my bank account. We have to stop that. People have to start investing. People have to start compounding money for themselves. People have to start understanding, why does the tax system come for me? And over the last 100 years, it's been like that. Over the last 200 years, taxes are going up. They're going up. And if you just chill and do nothing, well, the government come for the average people first. So you have to start looking at ways, okay, I don't want to be average anymore. I want to be able to understand what the wealthy people understand, what they are doing. They have massive accountants, they have bookkeepers, they have all these things, all these people who work for them. But we live in the information era. You don't need spend all this money to get this information. Now, the average person can have that information and can actually put that into perspective, and I can actually start saving money on taxes and start doing something about it. That's what I'm saying. Coach Made in here. Until next time.